And now I get to the part where Meghan is invited for the first time to his home. Now, I guess the rule is 4 dates in and a trip to Africa means you can see the guy's house. So remember, she was really offended he asked her to come in the first place. But now that she has rolled around in a tent with him in Africa and also besmirched the sheets of the Soho house, now they can attend his residence. So here they are, and he's filled with trepidation at bringing her home. Okay, so they're driving from the grocery store to his house, and the whole time all he can think is, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, she's gonna not like my house, she's gonna think it's junky, she's gonna think that it's just like this gross bachelor pad, and I don't know what to say. It's not really that nice, it's like so shabby, it's not caught was palace adjacent, and that was the best you could say for it. What a stupid term, palace adjacent. You guys, don't even get me started on the fact that he never thought of that term. That was something she told him later. I guarantee you, when she then had to, like, she moved into Not Caught later, that was her big joke. She probably told that to everybody. She probably thought that was so funny. Like, okay, we don't live in the palace, we live palace adjacent. Let me tell you how gross it is. Like, can't you just hear that? So he says that he watched her as she walked up the front path through the white picket fence, and to his relief, she made no sign of dismay, and she gave no indication that she was disillusioned. Thank God, you know? What the? Would she have done that? Like, would she have walked up to your home? You were prepared for her to walk to your home and be like, ew, yuck. This is where you live? Oh, gross. You're a prince. What? Ew. That was what you were prepared for? This is what I keep not understanding about this relationship. Okay. Has she, in moments that have not been detailed for us, has she given him any impression that she is snooty and looks down her nose at things? Because he keeps being afraid of that reaction. I don't know where this comes from. Is this just like a deep-seated fear that she'll reject him? So she's given no indication that she would do these things, but he's just afraid she will? Or in episodes not written about and not articulated for us, has she showed that she is a disdainful person? Well, I would say she has shown some disdain. Like the time he couldn't get out of the car fast enough to please her, or when she called him and he was watching a cartoon with a friend. I think that there is something about her personality that he feels like, there are certain things that I have to do to keep her from looking down her nose at me. Maybe that's what it is, but he is really, really anxious about bringing her into his home. And I don't totally understand why he was so scared, because I think it stands to reason that if he was prepared to have her to his home and to have guests that night, he would have either cleaned up himself, which I don't think he would have done because he was busy with her all day. But you're gonna tell me that they couldn't have sent a housekeeper around? You're gonna have guests that night. Like, you would tidy your home up, even if you weren't having like he's having a dinner party, right? So what is, like, did he think he was gonna walk into his home and be like, oh crap, I forgot that there's beer bottles and, you know, paperwork and dirty socks lying all over the place? Like, he acts like he's surprised to walk into his own home and be like, oh, is it gonna be clean? I don't know. Well, don't you know? Anyway, so he says they walk in. He's got the Union Jack in the corner, the one that he waved at the North Pole. He's got an old rifle on the TV stand. He's got an Xbox console. Like, he feels like the whole place just looks like such a frat house. And he's over there shuffling papers and moving around clothes. And he's like, it's just a place I keep my stuff. It's not much. You guys, I'm really sorry. I'm filming this later. We're gonna have to deal with the planes. I live like really near a little airport, and I'm sorry. There's like nothing I can do about this. Anyway, but he says that she's just like looking around. She's not really saying anything. I mean, she's not being mean or anything, but you know, he says that the construction of the house is just really small. It's just like, it's for little people, you know, it's like a doll's house really. And he's so tall that it's just really hard for him. But he gives her a quick tour. It like takes 30 seconds because it's just such a hole, you know. And he has to keep telling her, mind your head, mind your head. She's not that tall. Anyway, he says that he'd never noticed how shabby his furniture was, and he's super embarrassed about it. And, you know, there's the brown sofa, and Where's his brown beanbag chair? Meg paused. Looks at the beanbag chair. A beanbag chair? Okay. And that's all she says, but does the person need to say more than that for you to just feel like lower than a snake's belly, so embarrassed? Like, you guys, their relationship just, oh, so much anxiety in my own heart while I read this. Okay, so the dinner guests come, his cousin Eugene, her boyfriend Jack. They have a great time. And here's the thing, they love Suits, like huge Suits fans. And so hearing all her stories and stuff, it's so fun. They drink tons of wine, they drink tons of tequila. Eugene's hugging Meghan, they're like sisters. It's like so, like, it's just like the greatest evening. He's so stoked to introduce her to the rest of his family because this just went swimmingly. Except for the fact that Meg says she doesn't feel good and she complains that her stomach is upset and she looks really pale. So she says she's going to bed. And he's like, oh God, she's a lightweight. Well, y'all just finished drinking tons of wine and tequila. Like, God forbid she doesn't feel well. But anyway, she takes herself off to bed. He takes another drink. Then he sees his guests out, tidies up a bit. He goes to bed around midnight. And when he wakes up at 2 a.m., he hears her throwing up in the bathroom. And she's sick, like really sick, not drunken sick. Is there a difference between being sick and being drunken sick? Like, throwing up sounds the same, but whatever. Anyway, he says something else was going on. He ventures into the bathroom. Food poisoning, he says. By the way, not from her salmon, okay? Which, by the way, she got rave reviews of. Anyway, she had eaten some calamari, British calamari, so of course it was gonna make her sick. And she's over there on the floor and she says softly, you guys brace yourself. Please tell me you're not having to hold back my hair while I'm vomiting. Yes, I am. I rubbed her back and eventually put her to bed. Weak, near tears, she said she'd imagined a very different ending to date 4. Can you guys even with this statement, please tell me you're not having to hold my hair back while I'm vomiting? That is so, okay. Granted, I'm not really much of a thrower-upper, but in all the times when I've been throwing up, that door is locked and no one's in there holding my hair back. I can do that, okay? I'm not so incapacitated that I need people to have my hair back while I throw up. I don't understand that. And why is that such a stereotype of like, we held her hair back so she could throw up? Like, you always hear that line. Who's hanging out with you in the bathroom while you're losing your lunch? She's trying to make him feel like he's doing something for her, but why did he need that? She didn't need that done. She's just over it, just yet one more little thing. You know how she like feeds him like these little morsels of self-esteem from time to time when she's not busy taking. She'll like say one little thing that he can cherish in his heart and feed off of until the next time she decides to please sir, I want some more. Okay, you can have one little morsel. Thank you for holding my hair back while I vomited. It's like she is just such a walking stereotype of vapid American nightmare. And as an American woman myself, I hate to say that, but there's just, where is her substance? Where is her true substance? Her entire life is based on how can I maneuver and manipulate the people around me so that I get what I want when I want it. And when I'm tired of you and when you filled your purpose, I'm out.